What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Beyond the Roll podcast, where we talk about Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, and just life in general. Got the boy Kwame in the building right
What
here.
up? What up?
So we started
We
this
out here, man.
podcast. We started this podcast around 6 months ago. Um, just wanted to start talking about Jiu-Jitsu and how it's really helped us out. I wanted to start off with a little story time, if you don't mind, Kwame. Uh,
Yeah, let's do
yesterday,
it.
Yesterday, I had a little incident go down. Everybody's kind of a little stressed from the holidays, getting gifts, and people are just doing some last minute shopping. I was doing some Instacart yesterday, and I was dropping off an order late at night. It was probably like around 10 p.m. And
Mhm.
I went to go just drop off this order, and I hand it to the guy, and he starts walking away. And I check on my phone. It's like you have to have if you're dropping off like medicine, you need like ID
Mhm.
identification, and
Mhm.
Instacart won't let you finish the order. So I'm like, oh, I have to go back and ask this guy for his ID. And I start walking. I'm like, hey man, I need ID, and he kind of just like waves me off. He's like ignoring me. I'm like, oh okay, all right. I'm like, hey man, yo, and then he's like,
Ah,
and he's just ignoring me. And I'm like, all right, I have to walk over there and have to be like, hey man, I really need the ID to finish the order. And he's like, I ain't got no ID, man. I'm
dang.
like, I'm like, I'm like, okay, let's lock in here. I'm like, sir, I can't complete the order if I don't have identification. It's gonna have to have me return all the groceries that I just got. He's like, I already paid for it,
Mm,
bro. He's like, you're
dang.
lost. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was just telling. Eventually, long story short, kind of got him to kind of uh, get his girlfriend to get his ID. He's like, I ain't got no ID on me. But during that time, he started walking and throw some like trash away. And he's like, oh,
Mhm.
so now you're following me. So this
Oh
guy is
shit.
just like, he's like, I'm getting a little like, all right, if this dude starts swinging on me, he just seems really aggressive.
You never
So I
know.
started thinking, I'm like, okay, if this guy starts doing something, I have to be ready for it. I don't know if this dude
Yep.
has a gun. I don't know if he has a knife. But I feel that energy. I feel it. I'm like, okay, something might go down. But
Mhm.
I had to use the jujitsu powers to be able just to stay relaxed, just because it was kind of like intense. I had to walk with him all the way back to his apartment. He had his girlfriend had to drop off the ID, and it was not needed. But at the time, I'm like, bro, I have no idea how this is gonna go, and I'm just like, I thought it would be interesting to talk about on the podcast, having like a self defense situation, because I haven't had that happen in a long time, where I was like in an altercation where potentially something could have went down. And I don't know, like I felt like if he would have done something, I would have to bust out some jujitsu, and I haven't done that, and I don't want to. But at the same time, it's like you kind of have to be ready for these situations because they happen doing anything. It's like you could just be taking out the trash and somebody tries to tackle you. It's like you got to be ready for whatever. So that was kind of some the stuff that I dealt with last night, bro. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
this is insane. Have you ever had like a interaction like that happen where you weren't even planning on it? It's like, oh, stuff might just go down right now.
Yeah, man. I was in downtown Slow, and I was drinking some coffee with my
Mhm.
wife, and this guy just walks by, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck Boozy, Little Wayne, and he just starts yelling at me, and I'm just drinking coffee. And then I was like, what the fuck? And I just kind of stood up and I looked at him and I was like, what's up, man? And he's like, fuck you. And then he just left. So that was one time in Slow. And another time I was in Slow, which was crazier, where I was walking down. We were leaving like the movie theater, me and my son, and we're walking to
Mhm.
some gift store, and like this crazy I see this guy like from like a block away, dude, just like he had his teeth out like that, he was like really like, like he was on
He was
fucking
on one.
meth, bro. Like he was grinding them. He had like this little buzz cut, red hair. Then he had these like tats you can kind of see, like these tribal tats. And he was just like skinny guy. He had a big ass like walking stick. And then like
Mhm.
everybody was like moving away from him. He was just talking mad shit. And then he saw me and he was like, he started calling me some racist ass shit, dude. He's like, F you, da da da. And then like I'm there with my son, and I was just like, I was like gonna just keep walking. Everyone just kept walking out. Then I was like, what the fuck did you say? And then like I said, "Fuck you," and then I got in his face, and I was just that's when I told you, dog. I put that fucking I put that McGregor on him, dog. I got fucking I fucking got it on him, bro. I didn't give a fuck, dude. I was like, whatever.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like we were just facing off, like literally like facing off. And then I went like that, and that fool's like he went back like 5 feet, and I was like, come on, man. And then my
Yeah.
son was right there.
Uh-huh.
And then he had his stupid ass fucking Donatello stick or whatever. I was like, I ain't gonna do shit,
What?
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I was
Bro
like,
is
I ain't gonna
ready.
do shit, dude. Like, I was right. I was too close. I was like, by the time he did that, I would already like rushed him. And then I was like, come on. And then like he just fucking like he backed down. He just left. So yeah, those are the 2 times in slow. I mean, it's happened.
Mhm.
It's happened throughout my life, but
Right.
those two times I was pretty much ready to go because like I was training already, and I was like, I feel like I can take this guy. I feel like I can do damage, and plus my son was there too. We would have just jumped his ass. But that dude fucking bolted, bro. He was gone. He kept looking back. He was like doing
Oh,
that.
he was scared.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wanted to punch him so bad, but I don't know. The laws are kind of tricky, you know. I don't think you can
Oh,
just punch
yeah.
somebody for calling you a bad
Mhm.
name, a racist name, or whatever. Plus, you never know what this guy's on. But I was like, I was ready to defend myself and my son. So I was like, oh fucking, there ain't no rules in the street, dude.
Hell
There was
no.
like
And that
chairs everywhere too, and I was like, man, I picked the chair up. I was like,
oh,
I
some
can get, I was like, I can get a
WWE stuff?
weapon too. And man, I wanted to go at him. There was like a bunch of people watching too, and I was like, dude, I'm about to create a highlight reel right here, dude. But that day hasn't come. But I'm hoping to get a highlight reel in the streets one day, just like fucking choking the motherfucker out,
I
saving
thought
someone at
yesterday was the
Disneyland.
day, bro. I'm like, no
You
way.
just never
Like,
know, man.
I was pissed off too. I'm like, usually I'm like pretty chill. I'm like, it's just Instacart, you know? But the dude just came off like super aggressive. Like he was walking in slides and stuff too. I'm like, bro, if he tries something crazy, I'm like, I have to be ready for whatever. Plus, he had to go to his like girlfriend's car to get the ID. I'm like, this fool
What
better
is he
not
gonna
bring
get?
out no. I don't know. I have no idea.
You
So
know?
I'm like waiting for him, and I'm just like thinking, okay, like just gotta be ready for whatever. But the one thing I was thinking about once I came back home, I was thinking about it a little bit, is that I was kind of comfortable for that scenario just because we've been training
Yeah.
for quite some time. I kind of could feel that the energy of some combativeness coming, so I was just able to feel that out. If I didn't train, I'm sure I would have felt way more scared. Maybe I would have acted out of character or something, but
Hmm.
it just I felt like I was able to keep my cool, even though
Yeah.
it's like, this dude was just like coming at me crazy. I'm like, bro, I'm just asking for an ID. I'm not trying to like, I'm not even taking any money from him. It's just like it seemed like it was the biggest inconvenience. It's like, are you allowed to do that? Or it's like, why do you need all this? And I'm like, hey man, I'm just trying to do my job, bro. I know it's
Yeah. I don't
holidays,
like that
stressful,
guy.
all that stuff, but
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's good, man. You just got to be aware, like, of their body language too. You know, they're making a fist, they're grinding their teeth, or it's like you just never know. But yeah, I always try to keep a distance. You know, like I try to, like, you kind of see their length or whatever. You're like, all right, this guy's arm's kind of long. I'm just gonna stand like, I'll be like right here, and then like, as soon as they start coming towards me, I'm like, all right. That's why I kept my arm out on that
Mm,
guy. I was like, I have the reach advantage because I was bigger than that guy. So I was like,
mm,
all right, if I'm right here, can't really do anything. And he couldn't swing back, so he had the stick like that. I'm like, all right, well, he'll try to just, you know what I mean? I was kind of like
yeah,
measuring
just
out, but then I was like, I had a belt too, so I was like, I saw some combative thing. You take out the belt, fucking wham, fucking
yeah.
smack that fool. But
It's crazy how you when you're in that scenario, you start analyzing the situation. Like, okay, this guy. I was like looking. I'm like, okay, he's got slides. If he starts running, like I feel like I don't know. It's just weird that state that you're in. Once you feel like you're in danger, it kind of just kicks in. And I'm
mhm,
like, bro, this is crazy. But that's good that I mean you're with your kid, and
yeah,
there's a bunch of people watching. Did they say anything, or were they
no
like
one
cheering
said
you on
shit.
or something?
Everybody, no, dude, nobody was helping me at all. I was like, damn, dude. It's like
Wow.
everyone was just blind to it. But I felt
Mhm,
bad because he was yelling at some other lady and their kids
mhm.
too. And I was like, man, fuck this guy. And I was like, what the fuck did you say? And then he got quiet. I was like, nobody's standing up to him. I was like, I'll get in you, man. I wasn't talking a whole lot of shit though, because I was like, I don't have to. I was like, what are you gonna do? And
Mhm.
we did a fucking face off. He fucking flinched. He
Tekken
lost,
style.
bro.
Yeah.
He lost, bro. He ooh, fucking backed up like. But yeah, and then yeah, I don't know if he looked at me and thought I was like a demon or what. Like I know all that day I was wearing all black and I had like some dude, I was ready to go, dude. I had the fucking Gaio fucking boots on, dude. Like I was gonna fuck this guy up, dude. I think I look like scary to him or something. Like maybe he's on drugs, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, fuck that guy, man. Fuck those bums. Like that's all they are, a bunch of bums out there,
They're
dude.
just
That's like
bums. And you wouldn't
yeah.
think about it in slow too. It's like slow's kind of seen as a nicer or kind of like a,
Yeah.
college town. You really don't see too much action like that. But hey man, you get some homeless people, they have some drugs in the system, they're just gonna act like a damn ninja turtle and attack someone and their kid. It's like the hell?
Yeah,
Like what do you
fuck
gain from
that.
that?
And I was listening to that podcast with Frank Mir, and he's just talking about like, yeah, man, he's like in a street fight, obviously you want to
Mhm.
go for like a knockout or some punches, but ultimately he's looking to choke that person out, because that's the only way you're gonna stop these like
Mhm.
cracked out bums. You got to choke them out. You can break one of their arms, but yeah, they might still be coming for you with one arm. Who knows? If they're on some
Yeah.
crazy drug.
Damn.
So yeah,
Yeah.
ultimately, yeah, it's trying to find the
Ah.
choke or the rear
Mhm.
naked choke or just the controlling them, even if you just mount them and control them and someone else call the cops, because
Mhm.
I guess you don't want to beat someone so bad then you end up going to jail. It's kind of crazy, the laws, dude, like in
The
California,
laws
because
are crazy, bro.
I asked the cop
Mhm.
about that. I was like, yeah, what if I took that guy down and I hurt him? They're like, oh, you could be in some trouble there, like, so it's like you have to feel like your life is threatened
Right.
to, if you feel like you're in danger, you're in threat, which I kind of did. I mean, I called him out, honestly, by him talking shit, but yeah, he didn't really like say he was gonna kill me or anything. But
Right.
yeah, it's the laws are tricky. But hey, man, I mean, there's too many witnesses there too. So I'm like, dude, if it
Right.
was like an alley or something, I would have whooped that fool's ass, bro. Like,
In that alley.
yeah, it won't be
But
yeah, man.
well,
The last
jujitsu.
street fight I've been in is a long time. It's been a long time, bro. Like 10 years or something. Yeah. At a
Sheesh.
party, bro. I fucking leveled this guy out. It was a big melee, dude. Like it was crazy, bro. It was a Royal Rumble at this party. Basically
Oh
over
my
my
god.
homie's
Yeah.
his homie's girlfriend. And I guess the girl was some other dude, and then like everybody, I
Nah.
just remember everyone went outside
Mhm.
and it was like two sides, like the party. It was like about 30 people, and it was like five of us, and we're kind of just like facing off
Mhm.
like some Avengers type of shit. And like I remember I had a bat, but I gave it to some other dude. He got the
What?
bat taken away. And then I remember like just my homie just fighting this big fat dude. He's probably like, I don't know, dude. He's probably like 260, but like, like 5'10. I don't know, big wide ass motherfucker. And then like my friend was like trying to go at him. I don't know if he got hit, but he ended up on the ground like that. And then like the big dude, like my homie ran away, and then the big
Mhm.
dude was coming towards me, like he was running at me, and I don't know if he was gonna go for, I don't know what his plan
A
was, but he was
tackle?
coming full speed. Yeah, maybe a
Mhm.
tackle.
Mhm.
And I just went like, dude, I went like that. Bam! I hit him right on the chin, and I've never swung at somebody so hard, bro. Like never. I've never done that like that hard. And then
Uh-huh.
that fool got air, dude. He went like that. Boom, bam, that fool was out, bro. And then like we just started fucking stomping his ass, whooping his
Oh
ass.
my
And
god, bro.
after that, like after you hit somebody like that, dude, you think you have like godlike powers, bro. I'm telling you, like
Thanos.
after, yeah, after that, you're like, what the fuck? And then like I was just like, we're just there, and like nobody else wanted to fight after that, dog.
Hell
If
no.
I see someone get laid out after like that, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that, especially you don't fight.
Especially a
And like
big dude like that.
yeah, he went down hard, bro. And then when he's kicking him, and then he got up and he was just like, he was hurt, bro. Like that guy was hurt bad, man. He's pretty sure he had to go to the hospital. He was fucked up.
Needs
Like,
his
and
wallet.
yeah, he was
Mhm.
done, son. He lost his wallet. That fool knocked the fucking Sonic coins out of that nigga, man.
What
Got full up. But yeah, dude, that shit was tight, man. Yeah, I was taking some. I was doing some boxing with some dudes from my job, man. These older guys that did like Golden
paid
Gloves, and I took
off.
some lessons with them. Yeah, just little moves like that. Not saying I was like fucking had all this cardio or anything, but it just helped. Like if you know how to throw a straight punch, or I got him right on the chin, bro. Like that was the best punch ever, bro. Out of yeah, and after that, I just nothing really. I haven't really been in
It would have
any
went viral,
fights.
man.
Yeah, that was man. I'm hoping, but me and my homie, my best friend, we talk about that every now and then.
Oh, really? It's one of
But
those
yeah,
stories.
yeah,
That's crazy.
one of those stories because I saved his ass. Because he's like, man, you saved me. I'm like, yeah, he was gonna fuck you up. And then, yeah, that was
It's
the
a good
best
story,
fight
man.
I ever had. Like after that, I've been kind of just trying to avoid fights and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
but yeah, I
that's
haven't
the
really
best
been
move,
like
man.
hit up like that, so it's kind of cool. Like, yeah,
And I
man.
was just thinking, I was thinking yesterday, just because I was in that kind of situation, but like jujitsu would still be good for a self defense situation. Having weapons involved is a different story. Like, say those house parties when stuff goes down.
Yeah,
Nowadays people got knives, guns. You don't want any business with that. You know what I mean? No amount of jujitsu is gonna help you in those types of situations. But yesterday, I'm like, okay, if this guy is in close contact with me, tries to swing on me, you could kind of defend yourself. And like you were saying, it's like if you hit someone, the cops come, they could see something. But if like you're in a self defense situation, you get this fool in the guillotine, bro wakes up, doesn't know where he was at. It's like, jujitsu is good in that kind of that sense where it's like you're not really
yeah,
harming the person. You kind of defend yourself in the situation, and then that you're able to flee. I think it's good for most people to train and to practice just in
it
case
is.
those things happen.
Yeah, because you get someone in a guillotine. Like, imagine, like you can't tap out in the streets, dude. You
Mm-mm.
can put him to sleep, and then you can lay him down. Just so if you throw him, he's gonna hit his head probably, but you just lay him down, and then after that, probably mount him, put a knee in the belly, call the cops, whatever, dude. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think jujitsu could help. Is a good weapon in the street, especially for professions like security guards, cops, because cops can't really just go and fucking knock somebody out, right? They have to restrain them.
Right. They have laws
They're
too.
not really yeah, they have laws too. I don't think they can do certain chokes either. I'm pretty sure they can do a choke on somebody,
Mm,
but you see the ones that have good jujitsu, they're able to mount somebody, control the arms, and arrest them. Or so yeah, I think it's great, man. I mean, I feel like you need to have a mix of stuff, but I think
hmm
jujitsu and wrestling, it's like good foundation.
for sure.
But I feel like jujitsu is better than wrestling because wrestlers are scared when they're on their back. So another situation, say you are getting in a tussle with somebody, and
hmm
they're a big guy, and you fall on the ground, they're on top of you. In this situation, you know how to block punches. You know that you can bump them and roll them, trap an arm, hug them, prevent the
hmm
punches. So it's not a scary position for us to be in. Like if somebody was big dude mount, I'd rather you know somebody on mount me than have me in side control. And most people, like general people, they don't know what the fuck side control is, dude. Like they don't know like the correct way to hold someone from side control. But yes,
Most people
usually
haven't been
people,
mounted in general.
yeah.
Like
Oh, if someone gets
people don't
mounted,
even
it's
know what it
over.
feels like. Yeah, if you
Nah.
haven't been mounted before, it feels like a damn like a force field around you. You can't even move. Like especially if they have
Mhm.
a solid mount, it's
Yeah,
scary.
it
Especially if
is.
you're feeling that for the first time, you fucking panic. You would panic.
You're gonna panic, you're gonna tap, you're gonna turn on your
Give
back.
it back.
Those are what most people are gonna do. And especially we're not even it's not even like it's not even jujitsu. We're in the streets.
hmm
Like I'm throwing shots, bro. I'm throwing fucking boom, boom. You give them two of those, they're gonna cover and turn on their back, and then that's when you just like lock it up. So
Game over.
yeah, you're gonna have a tough time, dude. Especially with somebody like a blue belt in the street is gonna somebody that doesn't train. It's gonna be
hmm
tough, man. The only way that person can win is with a big punch, like a lucky shot. Like if somebody lands like a wild fucking bam, like on you.
Mhm.
But even, then it's like if you get hit, just fucking grab them, take them down. What you see a lot in UFC, people get hurt and then they just dive out the legs, take them down, and it works. But yeah, man, it's a dope foundation, man. Jiu-jitsu. Um, I was watching Ultimate Fighter, some of the old ones,
Mhm.
and I was watching the Rampage and Rashad Evans, and some of these guys came in, big football players and stuff like that. Really
Yeah.
good takedowns, man. Because
Yeah.
obviously they tackle. Um, it's crazy because if you watch each episode, you can see like their progression. Like there's one big football player, he didn't know he didn't know how to do like restrain someone in side control. Like he would tackle him down and kind of hold him, but like he
Mhm.
wasn't like trapping the arms and he didn't have it tight. He wasn't, he didn't know how
Right.
to
It's
do like the
technique.
head and arm. He didn't have a technique, but they
Mhm.
were showing him, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. So even if you got a big guy on you, there's still a way out in jujitsu. There's still a way to get out of there, a technical stand up, or it's cool, man. I recommend it, but eventually, yeah, man, I want to start doing some boxing or something like that. Muay Thai would be cool.
I think
Just
that'd be good to throw into because you're just like
see what
learning,
it's
bro.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you could once you kind of figure something out, you could go to a different art, kind of apply the same things that help you learn from,
Hmm.
say, jujitsu. You could apply that to something else, and I think that's one of the cool things about getting good at something. Like I'm sure with your MRI stuff, it's like you're able to realize how you're able to learn what works best for you, and then you could apply that to other fields as well.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
once you get good at something, you're better at learning. So
Hmm.
incorporating more martial arts would be good just to have all around. Just because situations do happen like that. And that's why you see people like freaking was it Tim Kennedy and there's like real world tactical, and you see Joe Rogan messing with the bow and
Oh.
freaking guns, and they're
Hmm.
all doing everything. They're trying to protect themselves, make sure they're doing the best for their family as well. So I think
Yeah.
just that's like inspiring for me, and just like just being able to see that people are just like trying to expand their skills to be able to be a better version of themselves. So I enjoy that type of stuff, especially when I see it on social media. It's like, bro, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think, putting on some gloves again for me would be good to just see
Hmm.
what it's like to have punches coming at you and, feel some punches, and just be comfortable because like you start training in that and you do a couple rounds and you're like, all right, I've been hit before. I had punches flying at me. I know what to do, you know, just like in case, you'll be ready. Like, hey, if I get hit with a shot, oh shit, I can take a punch.
Hmm.
And it would just be fun, just to add to the martial arts and a little bit of striking. But yeah, man, I got I got into guns. I don't know, probably like I don't know, a few years ago, probably like 7, 8 years ago. I got a gun because
Hmm.
I was like watching. You hear like Joe Rogan, like you said, Joe Rogan
Yeah.
used to be on podcasts. Oh, you
Yeah.
need a gun, protect yourself. Did that, went to the range, and yeah, that shit is dope, dude. Like, I mean, it's another way to protect the family. Like, what if somebody starts kicking on your door? Three dudes, them YNs, you know what I mean, with hoodies and stuff. You know what I
Why?
mean?
It's
Them
yeah.
YNs, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like you just come out,
Yeah, stay ready. Got a
it's
samurai
a
sword just
tool.
in case,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, man. So we gotta be on survival mode. You never know, like it's chaos out there.
Hmm.
It's just another tool. I'm not obsessed with guns. I just know how to use it, and I went to the range. I try to go a couple times a year.
Hmm.
It's like a tool to me. I'm not like I said. I'm not. I don't know. I'm just not super hyper fixated on it. I know some
Some
people they
people
buy
are. Yeah.
one. They buy one. They buy like 10, 20. I'm like, what am I gonna do with all these guns? Like,
Yeah.
I got like three. And believe me, if I go, it's like a candy store. You go in. Oh, I want that
Oh,
with the scope, with this. And you start want to build things.
yeah.
It's just like you got to choose where you put your money to, and it's like, damn, I'd rather invest in this and that. Like
True.
they're just sitting there. Like I have a friend that bought like 4 or 5 guns, like within a year. Within no, it's like 2 years. Him and his brother, and
Hmm.
they just sit in there and they don't even use them. So I'm just like, that's probably would be me,
That would be
So
that would be me too. I'm like that with like, I mean, equipment. anything
Yeah.
jujitsu. When I played basketball, I'm like, all right, I'm looking at these shoes, I'm looking at all this other stuff, like kind of accessories, and I hyperfixate on that as well. It's like if I do
Yeah.
something, I'm just like, okay, this is what I want. I want this, I want that, I want that. And I feel like if I had like an obsession with like guns and stuff, actually I did with BB guns. Like I used to
Oh,
watch all
cool.
these YouTube videos, FPS Russia on YouTube. He was this like old school YouTuber that would just do like he would like blow stuff up with guns and rocket launchers and stuff like that. I thought
That's
that was
pretty cool.
sick. And yeah, it just felt like that was like I have several passions that just like come and go, and kind of realizing like, okay, like am I going into this direction? I was into golf for like a
Oh, that's
long
cool.
time too. Like I was just like, and the same thing happened with like I was like, okay, I need this driver, these irons, this putter. I'll go to the range, and it was just like those
Mhm.
types of things. So,
Yeah, I
but
feel you.
yeah,
Yeah. Same thing with the yeah, it happened to me with the woodworking thing. Now I have hell dude, I was on it. I built like 4 or 5 things,
uh,
but now I have like sanders, I got a saw, I got all this. Yeah, I guess it's good to have, you never know, but now it's kind of just there for the last 2, 3 years. I'm like,
mhm.
same the fishing, got into fishing big, which I still like
Wow,
want to go back. But yeah, dude, I went to that fishing shop in Slow, that really tackle
I haven't
warehouse,
been,
I think.
I haven't been.
Yeah, dope ass place. So yeah, I bought like $300 rod. I mean, I know there's more expensive ones, but I went right into it, and then I
Yeah.
got like hella shit. I got a fucking I got one of these boxes that come to your house every month. At that time, it was like
Damn, son.
spent 50 bucks. You get all these lures. Yeah, I was into it, bro. I had like a shirt, like a fucking fishing button up shirt. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it's like
Mhm.
that's why with the guns though, I was like, dude, I need to chill, like, cause like I kind of sometimes I realize like, hey, I gotta chill out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I waited. I was like ready to go do some like Joe Rogan shit though. Like they have like these they have these things in LA where they put you in like this warehouse or something, and it's like it looks like a house, and they teach you like how to like navigate through the
Oh, really?
house and like I don't know, clear a room. Yeah, it's
That
like
seems
some
cool.
tactical shit.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I was like, damn, I want to do this. Like, so
Mhm.
I still kind of want to do it one day, um, but yeah, man, there's so many things, so many new hobbies, man. I've been looking at recently, man. I've been talking to you about UFC. I guess you call it like memorabilia, like stuff with like
Yeah.
signatures, autographs,
Gloves,
collector
posters.
items, bobbleheads, trading cards. So I
Mhm.
kind of been looking into that. I bought a few boxes of trading cards just because I think UFC is gonna grow to something to be like the NBA. So I'm like, damn, imagine having like a Magic Johnson rookie card or something like that. Like, you know,
John
and
Jones.
what if I find a John Jones rookie card or and just save it, dude. Just like I had the fucking Pokemon cards and I gave them away, but
No way. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I gave them to my cousin like years ago. But yeah, so I did that, and then same thing, dude. I was getting too crazy, bro. I was like, oh, I need to get this fucking crazy binder. I got to get the little plastic cases. I was just like, I was getting all crazy. Then I was like, to the point where I was gonna buy some old ass 2010 box,
Mhm.
but that shit was like expensive, bro. It was like $300. I was like, nah, I think I'm
Damn, son.
like I was like, I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. So I just got the ones, whatever. But you know, I try to try different things, man. It's a new year. Try some new hobbies.
For sure.
Keep doing jujitsu, of course, but like I said, man, some striking. Just cause I want to be able to fucking throw some legit punches, bro. And fucking, you just never know. Like if you have striking and jujitsu, it's like, I feel like you're pretty damn good.
You're
Like
a weapon at that point, bro.
you're a weapon at that. You're a problem unless you run into
Yeah.
another guy who trains.
Yeah,
The,
then from there,
the,
it's a little
yeah, but
sticky,
then I
but
feel like if you find out they train, you'll probably be like, hold up, man, where do you train? And then you'll be friends.
free
So I
homies,
feel
right?
like, yeah, if you
That's
find
that's
another
one of the cool
jujitsu
things
guy,
about it.
you shouldn't really fight another martial artist. Shouldn't fight each other. Like,
Nah.
you know, they'll figure it out. Like, but it's usually the motherfuckers that are out there drunk, this and that, you know. But yeah, man, I feel like we got to be like Bruce Lee, bro. Like we got to just keep learning and
That's why I really
That's how you
enjoy
become
Bruce
great.
Lee's stuff
Yeah.
because his whole thing, his whole philosophy was incorporating all these different martial arts. And I mean, I have one of his books somewhere over here. Um, it's called Striking Thoughts. I picked it up a while ago, and his mind was just just different, bro. Like just hearing it or just reading the book and just trying to take the information in. He was very open minded, and when he came to training as well, he would document his training. He would practice. He
Mhm.
would, he would count all the kicks that he would do every day. He'd work out. He did wrestling.
Damn.
He did a little bit of jujitsu. He did striking. Um, and we didn't really see that in the UFC until maybe like 2008, 2010, when people started like combining arts. It used to be from what I've seen is like the early UFC was like art versus art. It was like
Yeah.
boxing versus jujitsu, wrestling versus taekwondo, stuff like that. Now everybody has a mix and a repertoire. So now it's adapting from there. So now we're gonna start seeing some new stuff come along. I don't know what, but I feel like
Mhm.
just because it's been worked on for so long, people are gonna start getting creative and start working on new moves. It's like we watched some of the UFC events, Shar Bullet hitting a double spinning fucking back
It's
fist. It's
crazy.
like is that gonna be the regular thing now? Is that gonna be like a calf kick? It's like it's crazy how it evolves, but it really I think I'm not saying Bruce Lee was the one who created that, but he was like very open to having multiple things and incorporating into one person because everybody's different.
Mhm.
And I really enjoy that type of stuff. And I get in those hobbies too. I'm like, okay, I'm into cameras. I'm into martial arts. I'm into golf, jujitsu, and sometimes I spread myself too thin and I have to like dial it back. I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
I can't
Yeah.
I can't be doing I can't be chasing all these other things, or else nothing is gonna.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be an improvement on anything. But I also see Joe Rogan as an inspiration for that as well because he's a podcaster, he's a commentator, he's a black belt, he's a comedian. It's like it's
Dude has a
crazy.
lot of hobbies, huh? Yeah.
Oh,
A
yeah,
good
and he's
amount.
like
Like, and he's
he's
good
good
at
at
them.
all of them. He's
Yeah.
good at them. So I find that very inspirational, and I'm just like I'm thinking about okay, what I would have to sit down and I would write stuff down on my notebook. I'm like, what could I focus on? And that's like with this podcast. I feel like podcasting is a cool skill to have, jujitsu, and then I'm open to other things as well. So, um, I
I
really I
almost
really
bought a
like that type of thinking.
motorcycle. I almost bought a motorcycle last year, and I was like, "Damn!" Like, it was like literally, it was like either a motorcycle or jujitsu, dude. I was like, "Damn, which
What?
one?"
Damn,
Yeah,
son.
because I couldn't do both. I mean, because I gotta like, if you want to be good at riding a motorcycle, you need to go at least what 3 or 4 times a week. And it's like, damn. And it's like, I'm already trying to do this podcast, trying to do that business. And I was like, all right, if I get a motorcycle, when am I gonna ride?
Mhm.
Monday, Tuesday, usually my days off. I'll be trying to ride those days.
Right.
And then like especially in the beginning, I got hyper fixated on motorcycles, dude. I saw like
Wow.
every how-to video. I have a fucking motorcycle fucking jacket. I have a helmet. I have the gloves. Like, dude, I
You're ready
had
to go, man.
the fucking boots, and like I had it all planned out. And then like I was like, damn man, can I really do both jujitsu? And then I was like, if you ride a motorcycle, it's dangerous. You can get hurt. Then I
Yeah.
won't be able to train jujitsu. There's so many things. I was like, well, if I go to jujitsu, I ain't gonna be able to fucking ride a motorcycle back after jujitsu. Ain't no
That'd
fucking
be
way,
very
dude.
tired, bro.
You can't
And they're
spar
heavy too,
after.
right?
You'll be like fucking.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me wait a little bit, and figure this out. It's still something that I want to learn how to do. I'm not saying I want to be a motorcycle rider forever. It was just something I wanted to go do the training course
Mhm.
and just try it, just to see if I like it. Um, just like a kind of like a bucket list kind of thing. Like, hey
For sure.
man, let's try this. Never happened, but we'll see. I don't
Dustin
know, bro.
Poirier was in that same type of situation. I was listening to his podcast. He had one 8 months ago with Theo Vaughn. I listened to that yesterday while I was working,
Oh,
and he
cool.
talked about having a motorcycle as well, and he had to sell it because he wasn't riding. He wasn't riding as often. Plus, it was like he would
Wow.
get scared because he wasn't riding as often, and he's like, I got to focus on my career. So
There it
that's just
is.
it's like a real
It's one
thing.
of
I
those
didn't even
things.
know. I thought
Yeah.
it was just like driving a car. It's like, oh, you could just drive a car, but I guess having a motorcycle to be good at it you had to put in the time. I didn't even think
That's
about
what
that.
yeah, that's what, a lot of my homies were saying. They're like, "Nah, dude, you gotta be on that thing, like, a couple times a week, especially in the beginning." Just like learning how to surf. I heard, like, if you wanna surf or you gotta be out there,
Mhm.
like, this guy told me, like 4 times a week, like, you gotta be out there, like, you can't just be like, "Oh, Imma go once a month, twice a month." He's like,
Right.
you're not gonna really learn." That's how it was with skateboarding. I was on a damn skateboard, like, every day. It took me a couple months to get comfortable just to ride and go down the street, jump off curves. It's you gotta put some work in, man.
I
But,
was definitely too scared though. When I got a skateboard when I was like 12, and I would get in the
oof,
backyard, I was just like trying to stand on this thing. I'm like wobbling
terrifying.
before. I was like, oh my god, I'm a fall, and I was too scared. I didn't stick with it just because I didn't want to fall. Like I was able to just get on it for a few seconds and I'll get off. I'm like, okay, that's it.
Dude, yeah.
That's where it stopped.
Skateboarding fucked me up. Yeah, I fell so many times. And then you kinda get used to it, which is crazy. And
Mm,
then, but yeah, yeah, I definitely would have cuts everywhere. Skating is pretty rough, dude. I don't know how some of these older guys do it. These like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, Tony Hawk. I'm just like, I don't know, fuck these guys do it. Shit's
no idea.
crazy.
Chrome Gracie was actually really into skateboarding when he was younger, and that's
Oh
what he
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
pursue. He wanted to
Probably could have.
pursue he said in some interviews that's if he would have took skateboarding just as serious as he took jujitsu, but he felt like he had an obligation to do jujitsu and martial arts. So he was really into surfing as well. But yeah, I mean, at a young age, you kind of have to make those decisions when you don't really think about it if it's going to be a big decision or not. You're kind of just like, oh, just I'll play basketball and kind of commit to one
Mhm.
thing. And then it's like next thing you know, you're doing it for years and years.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that small decision when I was a kid changed the trajectory of my life, which is crazy.
You know what's crazy with basketball? I feel like everyone plays it so much. Like I feel like there's a point where I played basketball like at least 5 times a week for hours, and it's like you're still not the best one. There's still somebody that's
That's what
fucking
pissed
good.
me off so
It's so
much. Just
crazy, right? You're like, I be dribbling around this fucking block for hours, staying after practice, isn't it? Someone just show
bro,
up, just boo-doo-doo-doo, bam. You're just like, so it's crazy. Why is it like that? And it's like, even as much
makes no
time as you
sense.
put in, someone is still like not even doing half of what you're doing, and they're
Mm-mm,
just like good, bro. And they're just like,
nah.
how? Like,
I'd pull up 6 a.m. to school my basketball. I was the kid who always had the ball. Like no one else had a ball, so I was like taking it everywhere. I had my grandma's house, practicing, watching all these videos,
exactly.
put in all this
And it's
time, and it's still it didn't
and
really
still,
translate. It's
yeah, it's
crazy.
weird, man. You know, it's like I got really good, but there's still like people that were just like, man, what are you doing different? Like, is it a genetic thing?
Yeah,
I don't. Who knows? I mean, it's just because I felt like I played so much, and then it's like you go to college and you trying out, and these motherfuckers are so damn good. I'm just like, man, what the fuck?
the cardio is just nonstop. It's just everything's so fast, and it's like, the hell, bro? What did I miss? Did I miss a supplement or something? Like, what's going on? Like,
Exactly. It's like, yeah, what did I miss? I should have been done doing box jumps. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's a trip.
it is a
And
trip.
there's so many people play basketball, but look, there isn't a lot of people who do jujitsu, right? So I feel
Mhm.
like it's different, you know. I feel like you have a better chance of becoming famous in jujitsu than basketball. You think that's a
I think
legitimate?
it's a smaller pool, right? But I think
Mhm,
there's still gonna be those people who are just naturally gifted.
mhm.
And I think that's kind of the thing that I would ask myself, like, what am I even good at? Like I was always the person who would look around and see what other people have instead of like seeing what skills am I good at? And I think that's something I'm starting to
Yeah.
notice a little bit with jujitsu is like just being able to think differently. I think being able
Mhm.
to have a different mindset for most people might take you farther. If you have like a different motivation, like say something is motivating you, that might help you to go push further than everybody else. And with basketball and like wrestling, everything's been, I mean, people have been doing it for so long. People are putting their kids into basketball at like
Yeah.
3 years old, you know?
Do
The
you think if
skill
you were in
is there.
jujitsu at like 5 that you would have a better chance of like being like a
Like a
I don't know,
star
like a nogi
or something.
champion or yeah, do you think Like
I think
rather
it's
as
definitely
to,
something.
do you have a better chance doing that, or you play basketball since 5 and making it to like the NBA? Like, what do you think? Like,
I would say I would say my opinion would be like I think you have a better chance doing jujitsu just because it's a smaller pool, and if you're able to kind of because jujitsu is like a language, you kind of have to
mhm,
understand it. If you're able to understand that language from a young age, you're able to do it naturally. So I think it depends on what the goals are. But if me personally, if I would have started at 5, I would have no clue where I'm at. I wouldn't be in this situation
mhm,
here today. But maybe I could have got injured at 7. Maybe
true.
something happened, it would have just, something could have been completely different. I mean, um, I used to think like that all the time where I'm like, "Oh, what if I did this?" But it didn't serve me anything, you know? Like thinking
Yeah.
about what could still happen is like something I'm very open to. But
Mhm.
I do enjoy kind of thinking about those things too because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it. It's like, "Oh, what if uh what if I sign my kid up right now?" It's like I think it's good for the kid to find. I'm not a parent. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about parenting or anything, but I
Mhm.
would assume that you would want your kid to do something that they would want to put their time and energy in instead of just
Yeah,
kind of
that's true.
forcing them. You have these athletes now. It's like, oh, I was kind of forced to do this. I was like, oh, I had the ball when I was like that, so it's like they're already naturally doing it. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't, but
Yeah.
a lot of people are thinking about, oh, how could my kid get ahead, which is
Hmm.
a good thing. You know what I mean?
I think Habib was saying that
Oh,
his
yeah.
kids do not they don't compete.
They don't compete, bro.
He's like, they don't have to. I know how to fight. So he does, like, you can tell he doesn't want his kids to go through that.
Mm-mm.
That's a huge sacrifice he made, bro. Like that training every day, no video games, no smoking weed, no partying, no liquor. Like he sacrificed,
Mhm.
I'm sure, like his childhood. This fool wasn't watching cartoons and
Mm-mm.
eating fucking Oreos, and he sacrificed his life and his body. I mean, his dad really put him through it. So he's probably like, damn, I bet you, bro. He's probably like, damn, I don't want to have my kids go out there and get punched in the face and this. I mean, if they don't want to, but they have to
Right.
defend themselves. But it's interesting.
It is definitely interesting. You see
I was like,
Peloton's
oh,
kids winning jujitsu tournaments is like does do it seems like they wanna do that.
they
It's
want to do it. They
different for
want to be
everybody.
like their dad. Yeah, you can tell they're like, I want to be like my dad. Like you can see it. They want it, bro. So yeah, let them do that shit. Yeah, they want it. Let them do it, bro.
For sure.
Those kids are killers, bro. Those kids are dangerous. I saw
They're gonna
them.
be
Yeah,
dangerous in
one
the
of them.
future too.
They're big too. They're tall. They're lengthy. They look athletic. They look. But see, everything can change when you turn 18. You be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
You get a girlfriend,
Yeah,
move out.
I
It's
didn't
like
want to play basketball after like 19, 20. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I just
yeah, I
gave
mean
up. You know,
sometimes but I was like sophomore year, junior year, I'm like, man, this is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. Like way harder. And I'm
but who
like,
knows? Like, what if you
everybody
kept
has
pushing?
those
What if you never know? You end
you
up in
don't know.
playing for Wisconsin
You go to
college.
one
You
open
never
gym,
know.
some old guy was there. It was like, "Oh, you have talent, kid." It's like some of those things happen,
You
where it's just
never
like
know, bro.
you never
Yeah.
know. So just always
So I
always
never
think
quit.
about that when you guys are
Yeah.
are grinding out there. There's a chance something might happen. You just got to put in the work.
You meet the right person, the coach, doing a little change in the training regimen. They notice like, hey, you're really good at this. Why aren't you
Hmm.
doing that? You trying to do this, but you're good at this.
Hmm.
Focus on that. Like I was watching Ultimate Fighter. They noticed that Shab had a really good jab. He's like, your jab? He's like, believe in your jab. Then he comes out, bam, bam,
Bam,
bam, just
bam.
jabbing the shit out of people. And you're like, well, I want to do the hook because Tyson. Well, you're not Tyson, motherfucker. You got a jab. So, like you said, like you
Yeah,
get focused on being somebody else, but
yeah,
oh, I want to do triangles. Well, you don't have a fucking your arm bar. Like, oh, you keep forcing it. So it's just like, yeah, like you said, you got to find you eventually. I mean, we're still new.
takes time
We're still new,
for
bro.
sure.
It
For
takes
sure,
time.
does take time.
But yeah, man, we running low on time here, huh?
Oh yeah, yep. I mean,
You gonna go to the noon?
yes, sir. You pull it up.
I'm gonna try, man.
All
I
right,
might be late, but
all
yeah,
right, no
I'm gonna
problem.
try to roll up my kid. But
Okay.
yeah, this is Beyond the Road podcast, guys.
Yep.
Everyone subscribe to the channel,
Yes,
leave a
sir.
comment.
Share it with a friend. Be like, hey man, these guys train over here at Gracie Baja Tascadero. Check them out. You talk about some crazy stuff. But we would appreciate if you guys, shared the link with a friend. Just get it out there so we could just start building on top of this and continue to post videos for you guys.
For sure. Yeah, or come train with us. GB, Gracie
yeah.
Baja, Tascadero.
Doors
Come
are
on
open.
down.
Let's get it.
Yep. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.
We out.